This is the greatest show on earth. Any of you people out there that find humor in this, you're really a sick, vapid person. You got no soul. Do you think it's funny? Here's to you. Get bent. You people should be ashamed of yourself.
Welcome to another episode of Frank Stallone. Who is this guy? I'm very excited to have with me, of course, today, Big Gun Doug. He's going to protect us from all our fans as the police officer on the show. And we have a very special guest co-host with us today. We have a trucker, Andy. Andy, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. And I've been checking up on Frank Stallone, and I can't wait to talk about this. It's insane that Frank comes off as the normal person. So this isn't a great entry point for me because I'm watching this and I'm like, oh, Frank is the normal one in this. So
yes,
yeah. Usually he's the buffoon we're pointing fingers at, but
yeah, I know it makes me want to go back and see. I mean, I like the intro, the poor man's Tom Jones disco era Frank. That's the Frank I want to talk about, but.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Fallen State podcast. This is part 2. So, for those who listen regularly, of course, Doug and I, we did the Fallen State podcast with Jesse, and Frank Stallone, of course, is his celebrity guest that he has on the show. So, Doug and I, like Andy was saying, usually when it comes to Frank Stallone, it's us not making fun of him, but we get a kick out of him. We get a kick out of his antics, the things he says, the things he presents. So we have fun with Frank and try to figure out who he is and where he's coming from. We take the mick out of him, but it's all out of love. And Doug came across the podcast, and I went in cold like Doug, and I'm covering the last half. So Doug did the first half. I never heard the first half. Doug presented it to me and the listener at the same time, so we enjoyed that together. And Doug still hasn't heard the second half. So when I came in to listen to the second half, we started recording the episode, but it was too much. I said to Doug, it was edited out for the final show, of course, but I said to Doug mid-show, I was like, I don't want to rush my half, so let's do this in 2 parts. And that's where Andy comes in, because we invited him on for what we thought would be 1 episode, but I invited you on for part 2 because it was just too big. And I'm so glad you came on. But to what you're saying before we get to it is, go back if you're listening to this, because Andy's here from other podcasts. You're coming out to check out Andy and being a guest on our show. We appreciate you coming out. But check out older episodes because it is a journey with Frank Stallone. He has given the world gifts that I don't think enough people are actually experiencing.
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay. So you're right. You're right, Andy. Is Doug and I said that in part 1 is like, this is the most, I guess it takes somebody insane like Jesse to make Frank seem quite normal and likable. In fact, in the second half, I don't want to spoil it, but I have a note. Frank gives the best answer of his career to a question. And I'm not even saying that ironically.
Yeah. So Doug, you don't know what's coming, right?
no, this is the treat that me and Ryan do on these interview episodes, right? He covers one half, I cover the other. So at least one of us is going in completely blind and like real time reacting to what Frank says.
Well, Jesse Peterson, he's not just, it's a gotcha piece. He's not even setting fires. He's like carpet bombing Frank Stallone with these questions are designed to get people canceled. It's insane.
I don't. Well, the ones in the first half, the half that I saw, they weren't like set up questions. They were, well, I mean, the one when he asks him, "Does your girlfriend obey you?"
Yeah, those are more like philosophically impossible questions to answer.
That's what I was going to say. But then he'll keep prodding you like and ask the same question over and over again, and you're like wondering what answer is he expecting? Like, what does he want Frank to say?
Yeah,
I don't watch any of his previous interviews, so I don't know if he does this all the time.
Oh, okay. I don't really want to spoil it. He's handing him a loaded gun with 1 bullet, and he's there. He's like, "You kill me or you kill yourself." It's like these questions are bonkers, but
they are. Yes, Doug, you kind of had the tamer half. I have the last 35 minutes. That was my job to cover that, and literally, I dropped the needle at the 35-minute mark. That's when I literally started. And my first timestamp is the 35-minute mark, and I think it runs for 7 minutes. I couldn't stop.
The last episode, one of his, long meandering answers finished right at 35 minutes.
That's
so
right.
it was like a perfect handoff.
But Ryan asked me if I wanted to submit any timestamps for him to clip, and I know that he would clip every. Just play the whole 35 minutes. It's all insane.
We'll just stop it as we need.
Yeah.
Now, the parts I didn't clip, because we try, believe it or not, as much as Frank does talk politics, in fact, that's one of the reasons why his Instagram's almost become boring. It's too political. Like, we get it. That's fine. You're a Trump supporter. That's fine. You hate Biden. You hate liberals. But it gets to the point where it doesn't offer us as an entertainment podcast. It's like, it's not a matter of disagreeing or agreeing with his takes. It doesn't add much, talking points.
Yeah.
So the parts I didn't clip for purposes of time and for entertainment, they do get into the part where they do talk about Trump, but again, it's the same talking points you've heard 100 times.
The only thing you don't have to clip is Jesse asking the same question over and over again. He asks it once, and then he asks it like 3 or 4 more times because you're not setting yourself on fire with the answer.
But he doesn't, like, when the answer is not going in the direction that Jesse wants it to, he doesn't stop him and say, no. Do whatever the question is again. He'll let him finish this long, drawn out thing and then ask it again.
That's a good question,
love it.
Doug. You say, you didn't give me the answer I want. Like, you didn't say that a woman's place is in the kitchen, therefore pregnant. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
That is actually the correct answer.
For Jesse, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I would love to go if I did have a job or career with where I need to take care of my family. I would love to go on Jesse's show and answer everything the way he wants you to answer. Just go full throttle.
Yeah.
Okay, but before we get to the podcast, Doug, our only emailer emailed us again from Trisha. She said, "Hello, thank you for responding to my email." We took 3 months to respond to her, Andy. That's why she said we forgot about our one email. It took us 3 months. She goes, "I assumed you might not reply to emails." Oh no, we replied, Trisha. We just don't get them. But I'm glad I was wrong. She says, "I appreciate your clarification about the IMDb website. It's hard to know what's authentic these days. After watching the Jesse podcast, I realized the IMDb information from February 14th wasn't accurate. Especially since Frank mentioned he has a girlfriend, and Trisha now says this. I understand that said girlfriend and Frank are no longer together now."
Oh, wow.
So Trisha, I hope I'm not doxing you, but I guess Trisha might be in the know. She goes on to say, "I'm excited for the second half of the Jesse podcast and your analysis of it. Blessings, Trisha." What I love about Trisha is I think she's a fan of Frank, and I kind of want that. I don't want people to we're taking the mick out of him, but if you're a fan of Frank Stallone, the idea is that you can't. If you have a normal thinking brain, if you're a fan of Frank, you have to see what we see. Like, I don't know how you can't see what we see, but you can still be a fan of somebody and kind of enjoy their weird
antics.
Antics, yeah. Okay.
And you can't break a Mustang like Frank. He's not going to be a one-woman man.
Oh, no.
He's done with that broad. On to the next.
Yeah.
She probably wanted to get married, and he's not the marrying type. She should have known better. She thought she was the one. Frank Stallone is the Bill Maher of musicians.
Okay. I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but okay.
Yeah, we're starting right at the 35-minute mark. Not only can Frank not answer the question, as it's so vague, but he blames his dad for not being a great athlete and coughs again.
And just kind of take care of yourself.
And when you say you look back where?
Well, I think you look back into your childhood, your upbringing. And
where is that?
That's from youth, and that's blaming.
I know, but where is it that you're looking back?
Well, I'm looking back at, like I said, I had a tumultuous...
But where is it? Where is it that you're looking?
You're probably looking within your own head.
You looking where?
Within your own mind. The tape loops that go on in your brain, Jesse. You're going like this.
So we're at the halfway point of the interview, and even Frank's, he made a bit of his face like, the past. I don't know how. Yeah. What is the past? In order for me to answer your question, Jesse, we need to be on the same page that we understand what the English language is. I'm telling you what the past is for me. It's my youth. It's when I was young.
Because I think what Jesse is asking in the worst way possible is, what is the incident in your past that you're looking back on regretting with your dad? It's like, where does your daddy issue stem from is the correct question to ask, not what's the past. It's a terrible question.
It's almost as if Jesse's a terrible interviewer. It's funny because at the beginning of the interview, and my half, Frank said like he follows Jesse. He's been watching his show for a long time. And if all of his interviews are like this, why the fuck would Frank agree to go on this show and just be bombarded with nonsense like this for an hour?
Well, there was a big payoff at the very end to answer that question. This is the most views Frank's had on the YouTubes. For an interview, the Fallen State podcast is a pretty big podcast. I think, honestly, Doug, it's a big venue or whatever. Look, I would go on the Fallen State podcast to plug our show. You know what I mean?
I think the Fallen State is more of a brand than Jesse Lee Peterson because I forgot where I saw it, but when I looked it up, he's only been the host for like a couple of years, but this thing has been going on since like 2014.
I thought he created it or something.
I don't think he did. I think I think he might have been like a replacement host. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know how you can replace him now. Okay.
I know whoever just inserted him as the host is a genius. This is so much fun to watch.
I've never done this before. I watched this twice. Yeah,
if you like fringe theater, this is beautiful and perfect.
Okay, so now we're going to get to a little bit of background, of course, Frank and his dad here.
I could have really done that maybe if I would have been a better athlete, maybe if my father played baseball with me, but he never did. He never paid attention to me. So then you build on that. And then he becomes...
Okay, so there we go. There's the chronic cough. It's an odd tell. That's his, like, I'm not sure if he's not lying, but is it a difficult moment cough? He's done it a few times in his interview where he does...
Is that a trope of his in other interviews or just this one?
Frank does do a lot of mouth stuff, and mouth noise is a running theme with Frank, to be fair.
Yeah, that is true.
His ex-girlfriend did say he does a lot of mouth stuff.
Oh, hell! Or he didn't do enough. That might have been the problem. Yeah.
Comes resentment, and then you magnify it, then you start blaming everybody.
So if you create your own thought, why would you ever create a bad thought for you?
You're right. I don't know.
If you create your own thought, why would you ever do that?
I think sometimes...
Okay, so Jesse can't let go of this idea that if you're in control of your own thoughts, why do you think bad thoughts? But Frank's going to give the word admirable. He's going to say the word admirable. Let me know if he's using it correctly.
Jesse Lee also does this thing where he's holding Frank's feet to the fire. Like he doesn't give Frank the option to say, because he's like, wait. You said you create your own thoughts. So why create bad thoughts? Not giving Frank the option to be like, okay, well, maybe you don't consciously create thoughts. Like he doesn't give him an out.
But also not every experience is mental. Sometimes physical things happen outside of my head that I have to react to, and not all of them are positive. So if I get hit by a car, then I'm going to have a negative thought about not wanting to be hit by a car again and how I feel after that. And that's where those negative thoughts come. I can't just make that a pleasant experience mentally and never have a bad thought. It's such a stupid question.
Nobody sits around like in a great mood, and you think like,
well, yeah,
I'm gonna go punch my dog right now. Like I'm just, feeling negative.
To explain it to a moron like he's 4. So you get it.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, so this is where Frank uses the word admirable. I just want you guys to tell me if he uses it correctly.
I think I'm festering off the thought. I think I'm feeding off the negative thought. I'm very admirable to people. I remember.
Have you ever been admirable to somebody?
I mean, that's up to me to decide whether you are. You don't tell me that you're admirable to me or whatever you're trying to say.
What could he have been trying to say?
I don't know.
I don't know. Amicable?
Oh, that might. Okay, that's a good guess. Let's finish the sentence.
So, I think I'm feeding off the negative thought. I'm very admirable to people. I remember I suffered terribly from panic attacks in the 60s, and nobody knew what they were. No one addressed them. So you think you're crazy because you would never dare in the 50s and 60s say, well, I'm having these crazy thoughts and weird things like this,
So this is literally the, what do you call that? The consciousness stream that Frank does.
Stream of consciousness.
So yeah, like this has nothing to do with anything. This is
yeah.
I thought he was trying to say that he's admirable because he's a mental health like forerunner of bringing it to the public eye, and people admire him for the fact that he acknowledged his anxiety. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense. Frank, I know you listen to the show. Frank, you are admirable to us. You are admirable.
I mean, I admire those glasses. I'm not even kidding. I wanted sunglasses like that. When I ordered these, I thought they'd be shaded, like the sun on the top, clear on the bottom. That's what I wanted. And I got these from, Temu, but
I was going to say Amazon, but okay.
Well, that's okay. Frank's the Temu version of the Stallone brothers. So it's like, we love you, Frank. And to Frank's credit, his sunglasses and glasses are always on point. They're always
he does have some great frames.
Yeah. Okay. Now Jesse asks, and I think he's asking. See, he'll ask this question. Let me know. Does he ask what he thinks he asked? Frank doesn't quite know what he asked. The question, I think, is, do you have a path to the future? Frank thinks he hears past to the future, and I'm not sure which of the two he answers.
Do you have a past or a future?
Do I have a path to the future?
Do you have a past?
Oh, yeah.
Where is it?
You know what? It's in the past.
Where?
Boy, way back.
Where?
And probably in your thoughts and probably in your memories and probably in your subconscious.
And so if it's in your thought, do you have a past? Does a past exist?
What?
Well,
if it's in your thoughts, do you have a past? Does the past exist, Doug? How much more clear do I have to be?
Does a pass or past?
That's the $64,000 question, as Frank said.
Jesse is more of a mumbleard than me, so it's hard to understand what he's saying. He's saying past with a T, and he just wants Frank. I guess it's philosophical in a way, but neither one of these guys are very bright, so it's hard to argue.
Dare you?
See, I'm noticing a critical error too that Frank makes is after all of these questions, like when in my half, when he asks, do you believe that you can have perfect peace? Frank always automatically answers yes. And then Jesse Lee asks how, or he asks him to elaborate. And you kind of paint yourself into a corner when you come out with an automatic yes.
Which is the stupidest answer you could give.
To anything.
I don't know. It's like the past is the past. I mean,
But where is it?
I don't know.
So why do you think you have one there?
Because I have actually kind of a photographic memory. So unfortunately, I remember everything. I wish I remember all the good things.
Remember all the good things, Frank? That's easy. That's a very short list. You don't have to worry about that.
Because my hair didn't always look like this, Jesse. I don't know how to explain it to you.
What do you think of his hair? What do you think of his hair there, Andy, for 75-year-old men?
God, I hope when I'm that age, I have that hair. I'll tell you that.
It's possible.
Yeah, well, if you have enough money, you can.
Because at your age, Frank's hair might have looked a little bit more like yours. And, no?
Work in progress, even though.
Do you have a future?
Yes.
Where is it?
My future is my visualization of what I want.
Where is the future?
The future's in my soul.
Where?
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere there.
It's me calling my brother Sylvester and saying, you're not going to believe the stupid fucking interview I just did.
I hope Sly watched this. I really hope he watched this. Yeah. Okay, now here we go, guys. The biggest softball question. I want the audience at home to answer this question to themselves. I think this is important. Here we go. Softball question.
So I got to ask, what's wrong with the blacks?
Excuse me?
Doug, care to field this one?
Wait, hold on a second. I don't speak mumblese. So what the hell did he just say?
He said, what's wrong with the
what's wrong with my
and he speaks mumblese.
Yeah. I also answered the question. I said, I put on my pants and my shirt, and they were both black, and they don't match. So it's the wrong with
okay.
black.
That's how you get out of that one. That's
the
how you.
wardrobe.
I would die if Frank was like, well, how long is this podcast? Because I have a list, my friend.
If he was really clever or smart, he said, "Could we start with the host?"
Did you notice too with Jesse his version of hamburger? Every time he goes, amazing.
Yeah.
What a mess.
I was gonna say it's amazing or what a mess. Yeah. All right. So let's see how Frank, in his media savviness, handles this very softball question.
The blacks, I don't think there's anything wrong with the blacks. I think with anybody, it's just all this misinformation, like all this kind of.
I know, but what's wrong with the blacks?
Yeah, we're not done with you, Frank. You're not getting out of this one, buddy.
Hey, Andy, I don't know if you heard in the first episode, but when I did a little limited research on Jesse Lee, he's somewhat of a self-hating black man. He's from the Jim Crow South, and during his upbringing, he pointed out some misgivings within like certain stances that, like BLM or the Ferguson, Missouri thing. So he thinks that there's something wrong with the blacks himself.
So
I can see how he would have thoughts about systemic issues, but you can't just boil it down to one broad question. Like so much of these questions are generalizations, and and I think he's doing it intentionally, obviously, but
he believes it. That's the thing. You know what he is? He's the Black Borat.
Kind of.
In that he's asking questions that Borat would ask. But Borat, we know, is a character played by Sacha Baron Cohen to fool people, make them say stupid things in interviews. But he's not pretending. I think he believes what he's saying. I don't think he's playing a character. I think this is him.
And this is the first, like, somewhat political question he's asked.
Oh, we have more coming. Don't worry. Okay.
We're getting into the meat.
No.
Jesse's going to tell you what he thinks, too.
Yeah. So he's not letting Frank off the hook, but let's see how Frank continues to deflect this.
I don't know.
You ever wonder that? What's wrong with the blacks?
I wonder.
You ever wonder that?
I've seen your Instagram feed, Frank. You have wondered. Don't you tell me you haven't wondered. We know his Instagram better than any of his fans. We have studied his comments. Now, he's never come out and said anything. I'm not saying he's the racist word at all. That's not what I'm saying. But he's all but said some of these issues.
But he might have an easier time answering this if it was a white host asking it to him.
Right. Yeah. If he's talking to his phone, he would say what he really thinks. But talking to a black, he's not going to say what's wrong with the blacks.
About the blacks.
I wonder why there's why everyone's at everyone's throat and everything anyone says, it's just everyone goes on attack mode.
Do you ever wonder what's wrong with the blacks?
No.
So you never think.
I love how he can't quite give a hard no. Like, no, I've never wondered. He's stammering because he's like, the truth is in him somewhere. Of course he's wondering.
I just want Jesse to bring his wife out and say, does my wife look fat in this outfit? That's like, there's no good answer to that.
Actually, he does ask that question later.
What's wrong with these blacks?
Well, I think sometimes what's wrong with these Italians wearing the gold chains and the leisure suit?
Oh, so that's a good, because he's Italian. So he's like, okay, this is his way of saying, look, I'm not going to stereotype black people. I'm not that dumb. However, I will stereotype black people by stereotyping Italians. So whatever I'm saying about Italians, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. This is how I feel about black people. That's what he's doing.
Between the lines, Jesse.
How about the blacks?
I think what happens, I think there are people out there they're manipulative. I know I read in your thing that you really had a kind of a meeting of the minds with Jesse Jackson. I think you felt he was an instigator.
Oh, there you go. So good for Frank and his own research. This is what you're talking about, Doug, about this is Jesse. This is what I mean. He believes what he's preaching. The fact that he's kind of going toe to toe with Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
He's practicing what he preaches. He actually has gone against, some prominent leaders with black people and goes toe to toe with them. Says, "Hey, Jesse, you're an instigator."
Yeah. Instead of saying, a lot of things would contribute to this, whether they're educational or economical or geographical. All of these things contribute to people's reactions to their problems where they live. Instead of saying something like that, he's just like, "Oh, us Italians, we can't stop talking with our hands. You know what I'm talking about over here."
So next, Jesse's going to try a different take. And Frank's going to come up with a bit of truth, but again, deflects back to Italians.
When I grew up, I was around all kinds of people, and I never felt that like how we feel today, the separation and the anger. I never felt that.
Are you surprised that the blacks are so angry and violent and out of control?
Well,
Are you surprised about that?
Did you hear that? Well, I love that tone. Well,
That's a tell. That's a tell.
Yeah.
If you put it that way.
Yeah, I know, Jesse. Every time you hear about a school shooting, it's always the black. It's like there's crazy white people too. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The cartels are infecting the whole country. There's problems everywhere. It's everybody.
He just goes back to the Italians again. Now we have a great question here.
That is a good shield, though, Ryan. Just not to.
Oh yeah, please.
That's that though. It's a good deflection. Hiya, I'm karate blocking your crazy gotcha question with a crazy answer.
A little self-deprecation of your own people.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have some statue talk. Let's see what they say about statues.
I look at people like Colin Powell, who came from nothing. I don't see any statue of him, but I see a statue of George Floyd, who was a criminal.
I know, huh?
And I go, well, here's a guy that grew up in Harlem, and he became a 4-star general, the highest rank you can get, an honorable man or Colonel West. I said, that's what you should be looking at. Like when I'm Italian, right. I said, don't look at these gangsters.
They put some fat black woman with
that statue?
Up in New York.
Okay, sorry. I did read about that or see that. I won't use the adjectives he used, but there is a. Is that of anyone we know? The woman statue? Is that anyone we know?
Honest to God, I thought it was an AI image when I saw it at first.
So of course, Frank loves body shaming people, but especially women in general. So he's going to talk about when he throws in very quickly, but he talks about when he's at the gym. There's good-looking girls that are. I think he's referring to black women. I'm not sure, but because we're talking about black women, I think he's doing that. That's the theme they're on. But he talks about how there's.
I mean, the women at the gym, they're and right. Colin Powell, like they're one of the good ones. That's right.
It's the old. My best friend is black. It's that old argument.
That's what he's saying.
I find black women attractive too.
The ones that are fit, I find attractive. Let's be clear.
Clearly, yeah.
Gabrielle,
is that what you want to represent your own? It's like, I think
what? No.
I know what the heck's going on. Where'd that come from?
I know.
No, but I'm just saying.
What's wrong with the blacks?
But I'm seeing on
Did he say that again? What's wrong with the blacks?
I'm putting all these sound bites on my drop board.
Okay, so the next segment we have is they do bond. They're really starting to bond here. I think Frank gets a little bit comfortable. He starts to bond over stereotypes. Here we go.
Don't fall into the trap, Frank.
If I see Italian, I think of the mob.
Exactly. So what do you think when you being black? What do you think about blacks? Like, what do you think about that?
Okay, so Jesse's like, hey, when I think of Italians, I think of the mobs. And so Frank's like, yeah, I'm not offended by that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, what do you think about when you think about blacks? Speak for me.
Yeah.
Let's see if we agree on that too.
Oh my God, let me get out of here.
Yeah.
Because they're so bad.
Did you catch that?
Is that what Jesse thinks?
Yeah. He goes, get me out of here. Get me out of this neighborhood. And Frank's like, yeah.
Yeah. That's where Frank goes, me too.
Yeah.
A little bit of truth comes out of that. I love that.
That's when it's okay to agree after Jesse Lee already said it.
I did not know this about black people, and I appreciate Jesse informing me because I admit, being white, being Canadian, I'm very ignorant about a lot of different cultures, whether it's Asian, black, Italian. So I'm learning a lot from this podcast. I had no idea black people felt this way about their mothers.
They have become just like their mothers and grandmothers.
Okay, so there's not like
It has nothing to do with but that.
Yeah.
They hate their mothers.
Yeah. And on my other end is my mother left.
Right.
And I was stuck with my father.
Sorry. Do you hear that cough?
You're right. It might be like an uncomfortable thing.
Is it the cough of truth? Is that what it might be?
Or the cough of like uncomfortable, like being
Uncomfortable truth.
Oh, like a Robert Durst kind of hiccup where he can't control the fact that he's caught saying what he really thinks.
He said that about his mom. So the first thing we learned is, that Jesse says that black people hate their mothers. He goes on quite a bit about that, how that's why they hate their mothers. And Frank then starts talking about his dad, and Jesse will not let this go about blacks and mothers. And now it's not just blacks that hate their mothers. It's pretty much everybody. Go ahead, Doug.
Wait. Didn't Mr. T tell us in the 80s to love our mother and respect our mother?
Yeah.
So not all
We
black
all learned
people.
this in Rocky 3. So Frank definitely learned it.
And that's him in Rocky 3 singing at the beginning. That little thing of him singing, that's his little segment in Rocky 3.
Yeah.
They hate their mothers.
Yeah. And on my other end is my mother left.
Right.
And I was stuck with my father
Who hated his mother.
See, he's just ejected. Your dad, he just throws it out there. Your dad, who's Italian, doesn't matter, hates his mother. This is what I mean. Jesse is now just saying it's not just black people that hate their mother. Everyone hates their mother.
and my father was a kind of
Frank hates his dad.
volatile, potentially violent individual.
And he didn't know how to handle your mother because
No.
he married the woman that he hated. Men marry women that they hate.
Men marry women that they hate. Doug, you're married, right?
For the second time.
So did you hate your friend?
I did. Still do.
She doesn't listen to the show? Your ex-wife doesn't listen to your shows?
She never has.
That's actually one of the reasons why Doug got divorced. He was allowed a podcast.
Jesse hates women across the board.
That's
and mothers fall into that category. So of course everybody hates their mother because Jesse thinks that all women are hateable.
That's right.
Absolutely. I mean, does he have a psychology degree or any experience in this? Or is he just...
No, there's going to be a very telling remark at the end of this interview where I was just like, now I get it. Now
you guys
I
are teasing this so...
everything with Jesse.
I can't wait.
Make sure I don't forget if I didn't timestamp it. We do get, and I didn't know this, so I'm learning a lot. We get some genealogy of Italians, their bloodline, and where they came from.
Yeah. So listen, Italians, are they white?
I guess they're Mediterranean. I think white would be like Iceland or Swedish or like Norwegian. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, we're considered Caucasian, but I mean, if you look at Italy, like Sardinia and Sicily, we're conquered by.
Even Frank is savvy enough to a degree where he can't even answer the question. It's okay. Like, I'm Ukrainian. That's my bloodline. Ukrainian. Guess what? Ukrainians aren't black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're white. That's the nationality of Ukrainian. Now he's going to say that he's run into people from Italy who are black, look like this, that. But that's you could be a third generation Italian because your parents or grandparents moved from another country to Italy and lived there. That's called immigration, which is very common in every country. But that doesn't make this because you're born in Italy, but your ancestors aren't. Yeah, you get the point.
There's white tigers. We get that, right? And it's like not the normal thing. What Jesse's really asking is, have you seen True Romance? Do you remember the scene with Christopher Walken and Dennis Hopper? Quentin Tarantino explained this to us. You know where I'm going with this.
Well, Frank being the movie star, you should have known that.
Yeah.
But he continues. Italy comes in all shapes and sizes. Here we go.
All kinds of people. I mean, I've been to Sicily and seeing guys that are 100% Italian born in Sicily look like you. Yeah. And I've seen some with red hair and freckles and blue because they got conquered. Like I did a movie in Sardinia. I go, Jesus Christ, what the hell is this?
You notice the lest you forget I'm an actor comment too. I did a movie.
Yeah.
In Sardinia. We get it. The whole world is a mixed bag. That wasn't really the question. Okay. The next segment we have here is, this is okay. This is a very good question. Again, I want our listeners at home to answer this themselves.
Do you love white people?
No, I hate him. Can't stand him.
Yeah.
Not everybody hates their own race, Jesse.
Are we talking about like Timothy McVeigh and Ted Bundy, or I mean,
We talk about a broad stroke. That's the whole point. Like, there's Frank, to his credit, does a little bit of that, but he gets cornered. But let's see the initial answer.
Some I don't like. I mean, there's a lot of Italians I don't like. I find they're
So there you go. He answers his own question. Guess who's white after all?
Mhm.
Italians.
Italians, yeah.
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Do you love white people?
I think I like people. I think I try not to differentiate.
How
I
about
think,
white people?
How about white people? I love people. Yeah, but what about the whites?
yeah.
This is very clever how he answers this question. Check this out.
Were you at January 6th, Frank? Were you there?
I think I like white people. I mean, I better. Then I have more hate towards myself. If I don't then I go, well, I don't like white people. Well, that means I don't like myself.
You can't alienate white people, Frank, because that's your entire fan base.
That is his entire fan base. Let's be honest. Yeah, the Venn diagram. It's like, yeah.
There is none.
But I like how he said, I better like white people or else I'm going to have more people hating me. That was one of our truer statements haven't been spoken by Frank. Okay, this is a great question. I guess every one of these questions, answer at home, folks. It might be
No bad question.
Women created to lead or to follow?
woman.
That's a hard question to ask because
No, I love how you said that's a hard question to ask. No, Jesse asked it very easily.
But look at Frank withdraw. Like he's curling up because he doesn't know.
If our home audience didn't quite catch it, Jesse asked, are women born to lead or to follow? And I love how Frank's really like, this is a really deep question. He doesn't quite know how to answer this. This one really gets him.
women, have babies, procreate.
Yeesh. It's the wrong
Frank-
jumping off point.
Frank knows the right answer. He just knows Jesse is not going to like the answer that he wants to give. So he's tap dancing around the correct answer that Jesse will never accept.
For our audio listeners, they don't get to see it, but Frank actually did like the motion of the stomach for pregnancy because they get big and pregnant. You know how they get fat when they're pregnant? He goes out to here with his arms.
Because obviously with the male, the two together.
Oh yeah, we got a quick bio lesson there. Did you catch how babies are made, Frank? Because obviously the male has to get in there, do their thing before they get pregnant.
He's taking a wrong angle.
I'm going to show this video to my kids to tell them how babies are made.
The man and woman together.
Man and woman together, women get big.
Oof.
No, I think there's exceptions, Jesse, in every rule. I mean,
Look at he's
like
one knuckle
gold to
deep
my
into
ear.
his ear.
Yeah, he's really.
He's trying to kickstart his brain to figure out how to answer this. He's like,
where did that media training go? Dial the 6, dial 7. Where's that media training?
Oh god.
she led. I mean, you have some that's a very interesting, hard question to answer. But
He's not gonna let you're not getting off of it that easy.
You think Jesse's done? You think he's done?
I think, boy, I just believe in everything. They're leader and followers. I think there's I'm not a fan.
He's really panicking here. Why is he sweating? He's like under pressure here.
His mouth is dry.
yeah.
Honestly, the best thing to say here is like at the end of the day, whatever situation I'm in, the leader is the leader. Like whoever it is. If you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. Like
there are people that are born to be leaders, and there are people that aren't. That's the fact of it all.
And I can easily say, being in the military, but this is a great example. I'm in the military, and I've worked with hundreds, if not thousands, of people in 22 years in the military. And there are some fantastic female leaders and some really garbage ones. And same with men. It's just the end of the day. It's not that difficult. It's not that hard.
Just say that it needs to be figured out on a case by case basis. Is not how. Why is that so hard to say? That there's examples of successful female leadership all over the place just because you don't know what they are, Jesse, and I can't think of one right now, doesn't mean that it's not possible. And there's failures from male leadership too. So it all depends. Like, just saying it all depends is not good enough for Jesse, unless you're saying
but
women suck.
Yeah, but there's not to any of these questions. There's not like a blanket answer that's valid,
For
but
Jesse, there is though.
Yeah, but that's what he's looking for, a blanket, one size fits all answer.
Again, I got to give Frank credit to put him through this, to come on the show. But I think at the end, we'll see why. There's a reason. 16,000 people watch this thing. It's a little bit of a boost, right, to his brand, I guess. Okay, Frank can't answer, as we're seeing here, but Jesse tells him what happens if we do listen to women. Something will happen to us if we actually listen to a woman.
And so you're not sure if they were created to lead or to follow?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Really? Would you ever follow a woman?
Yeah. So he doesn't get out of Frank if the leader fall, but now he's just going to ask even more direct question. Okay, fine. You're in a situation where you have to follow a woman. Will you follow her, Andy? No.
Yeah, does she have the compass and I don't? I don't know.
But Frank actually gives a very funny answer here, but it doesn't get him out of the hot water. But he gives a funny answer. Check it out.
Depending where I'm going. That would really depend on where I'm going. Yeah.
Other than going to the bedroom, would you ever?
So Jesse's like, yeah, I got you, brother. I know you got some Frankie hanky here, but I'm not gonna let you off the hook.
So Frank was like, because women be bad at directions.
Oh,
Follow a woman.
I mean, I've followed a few pretty women in my day.
Not to the bedroom.
No, no.
Would you ever follow a woman?
Like, as far as literature, music.
As far as literature or music, what does that mean? It kind of shows you the fact that he went there. He's never worked a day in his life. What I mean by that, he's never really scrubbed a pot, pumped gas,
Never had a boss.
Served in the military. Yeah, the idea is like, you mean follow a leader who writes books or writes music? Like, what? Yeah. His whole concept of life is, and to his credit, he's an artist. That's fine. He's an artist.
Yeah. That's a great point. I know you've been like deep diving on Frank, so you're aware of this, but he does not exist on a plane of an average person.
No.
Where the easiest thing to say is, well, are we in Austin, Texas, and she's from Austin, Texas, and I'm not? In that case, I'll take her advice on where we should go to dinner and how to get there. Mm-hmm. Like, these are the things that make me decide whether or not I'm going to listen to a woman. So that's the right thing to say. But this guy is just like, well, I mean, I don't know. Everybody, my housekeeper, I pay her and she does everything for me, and she's a woman. And he doesn't know how to answer this because he's never earned anything. Everything has been given to him. Well, I don't know. When he was a kid, though, it sounds like his childhood was hard. They talk about.
He didn't have a great childhood. Frank's. Put this way, Andy.
Got famous. It's been
exactly
ever since.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's. He's our Stuttering John. Like, we know him the way you guys know Stuttering John. That's how we know Frank. It's like we've been doing this for 2 years.
Really, 2 years? Okay, yeah. I got to go back to the beginning. This is amazing.
And some of the parallels are astounding. Like when he talks about like how he got his start in music, he was like, "Well, I've been singing since I'm 6 years old. I was walking around the house like singing, and people would say, "Oh, you're pretty good." What, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star?
Yeah, I know.
Like,
things like, in other words, follow them for a specific reason.
Well,
not just to follow.
I'm sorry?
Not just to follow for no reason.
It's like, okay, am I following her willy-nilly? Is there a reason why I'm following her? He can't even see, in Frank's mind, he can't even fathom a world where he would be following away. He's like, am I following them blindly in some sort of what universe am I following a woman? He actually can't fathom this.
What if it's a female CEO of a Fortune 500 company? She's a financial genius, and she's giving you stock advice. Frank, would you follow her then?
If she was born a man, Can I follow her then?
Yes to the first question, no to the second.
Oh, yeah. All right. But Jesse will not let him off.
Would you, if a woman was in a leadership position, would you ever follow her?
Well, I'm not really a following type guy. I think I would. I could maybe work with them.
But would you ever follow them?
I don't think I follow anybody.
I'm sorry.
I don't think I'd follow anybody.
But you're right. He's never done like a job where he had a boss or a leader where he had to follow. Yeah.
Exactly. If does she own the company and she's paying me to agree with her, then I kind of have to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's truly bewildered by the idea of being in a position or a situation, like a civilian-like situation where people just have jobs and have bosses and companies, from McDonald's managers to wherever. The idea of like, yeah, the night manager at McDonald's is a girl. Get over it. She's telling you you're working tomorrow 7 to 3.
Right. Yeah. Oh, if you're working the B shift at McDonald's and your manager's a woman, quit your job. That's what Jesse did. It's like, oh, great advice. What are you
No, but no. They're gonna go to the bedroom after the shift's over. So they can
okay, then I'll follow her.
It's a really interesting look at the Frank psyche, though. He can't even wrap his mind around the fact that they're like of having a boss, because he's never. It's great to work for yourself, to be an entertainer, to make that your living, and he's worth a lot more than money than I think any three of us will see in our lifetime. But he's a nobody. He's, by all accounts, a nobody.
How dare you, Doug? Do I have to find a new co-host?
We're still trying to figure out who is this guy.
That's the whole purpose.
I'm just spitballing here.
All right.
How about a woman?
I don't think I follow a woman or a guy.
How about a woman?
Just said no.
I don't know.
That's what he wants.
Have you noticed it?
Okay, here we go. Now he's going to say, okay, so Frank can't answer this. He can't fathom any situation where you follow a woman. But now Jesse's going to tell you what will happen if you do.
Every time a man listens to the woman, he suffers.
Doug's like, yeah. All right. Man.
Interesting point. I'm listening, Jesse. Carry on.
For the record, I'm not disagreeing with everything Jesse says. I'm just going to keep that part to myself.
Yeah. Below, off screen, I'm subscribing to Jesse's YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's right. I follow you guys on YouTube. I started to see, hey, we got this. Why do we all three of us have subbed to Jesse?
Boy, that's an interesting way to put it. You know, I'm sure it has happened. I mean, there's a lot of people divorced in this town, and I think that comes from, you look at these people and go, why are they together?
Okay. Yeah. He just goes into, he kind of segues into like, I don't understand why these couples are together. They're not really paying to each other. They're just looking at their phones. He gets into all that kind of stuff. Okay.
He's deflecting.
That's kind of the right answer, though. It's circumstantial. Not everybody. I would not be living in the house that I'm living in right now if my wife had suggested that we get a better place. I don't want to move. I want to play video games. You know, it's like they wouldn't take that on. So I'm just saying, it's not all bad news all the time the way Jesse thinks it is.
I know, Doug, you have a great relationship with your wife. Now I have look, of course, my wife, not to get a corny and cliche. Yes, my wife is my best friend. She's my partner. We collaborate on everything. I like, it's stupid. Like, it's got nothing to do with any kind of, no, I married my best friend. Yes, I played the violin. I know, but I really did. I married my best friend. We're like best friends, and I trust her completely. And Jesse's off his rocker a little bit, of course. But for the record, are there women that destroy men's lives? Oh, of course.
My wife is a lot smarter than me. I can sit here and say this. I have ADD. I can't concentrate. She has a better job, and it's circumstantial.
You guys swing? She sounds fantastic.
She is fantastic, and I'm not going to stand here and let Jesse Peters.
That's right.
It's not worth anything.
All right, now we're going to see some grade A gaslighting. This is fantastic from Jesse. This is fantastic gaslighting. Gaslighting 101.
to the woman he suffers?
I don't know if I could say that. I mean, I've listened to women.
But look what happened every time you listen.
Well, I didn't suffer.
Yes, you
I
did.
mean,
Yes, you.
how would I suffer?
It went wrong every time.
Wow.
He's just saying, "Oh, you suffered. When did I suffer? Every time, Frank. Don't you know? Your whole life is." It might have been after this interview that he broke up with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You suffered the loss of Jesse's respect every time you listen to a woman. That's what you're suffering.
That is some grade A gaslighting, though, because, like, a lesser man, maybe not Frank, would start to be like, you're right. I do suffer every time I listen to a goddamn woman.
Yeah. She wouldn't let me watch the Blue Jays game. What the fuck?
Frank actually gets some great advice from his stepfather.
My stepfather, who was actually a good business guy, goes, Frank, stay in your lane. I tried to open a restaurant. He goes, you're not a restaurateur.
Right on.
And I took a beating. Ooh, man. He says, you're a singer, a songwriter. You're a song and dance man. Stay with what you do.
Absolutely.
Stay friends with your brother.
Yeah. As long as you have a brother, you'll have a gold mine.
Oh, man. Okay. We love you, Frank. Okay. Jesse, he does actually have some marriage advice. The three of us are already married, so it's too late for us. I think I don't quite remember the advice, but this is marriage advice.
I've been looking for the perfect words of wisdom to improve my marriage, so I'm excited for this.
You're about to hear it.
And so I encourage men by do what they want, but I tell them, if you're going to get married, do not marry an educated woman because you will not make for a good wife or a mother. Do you agree with
Do you agree with that? So, guys, do you agree with that?
Is my wife listening?
My wife is smarter than me too, by a long shot. She's actually a very intelligent person. And if you're going to measure IQ, I would say my wife is probably smarter than me. But according to Jesse, my wife actually would make a terrible mom.
What Jesse's trying to say is that unless her sole focus is on wifely and motherly duties, and she's dividing her attention to a career, then she'll never be able to be the best version of a mom. But that doesn't need to be everybody's story. And Jesse is a dickhead for not realizing that.
I'm thinking that, like, Jesse's. You're probably right, Andy, but I'm also thinking that maybe he's thinking, like, never marry a woman smarter than you, because you always want to keep her, like, kind of behind you. You always want her to follow you, because if she's smarter than you, then she's gonna lead and take all kinds of liberties.
Yeah, we can't have
not
that.
Stay in her place.
Yeah. Jesse's like, the next question is, how do you turn a dishwasher into a snowblower? We all heard this joke before, Jen.
Okay, so the next 10 minutes or so is the Trump talk. Now we're getting to a little. I don't know if this is the part you were talking about, Annie. Let me know. But we've heard how he feels about women. We've heard how he feels about mothers. We've heard how he feels about wives. We've heard how he feels about blacks. I think he likes whites, but does he even like the human race?
Yes.
Do you think there's any good in human beings?
Yes, I do.
Like what? Give me one thing that's good about human beings.
Well, God, man, that's tough, Jesse. I've been around so many good human beings, and I've tried to extract myself from the bad ones. So that's hard for me to say. I would say, yes, I think by nature.
Give me one thing that's good about human beings.
Come on,
one
Frank, you can
only.
do this.
Boy, see, one thing only about human beings. Boy, there's a lot of good things.
But why can't you name one?
One.
Jesse's like, Frank's like, there's a lot of good things. Jesse, to his credit, is like, how come you can't name one? That's a fair question.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
If there's a lot.
Generosity, kindness, friendship.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed one of his
Hard
answers.
things to come up with, but
Right.
He's really having a hard time with this. Oh, you just have to say when you see somebody helping somebody off the ground because they tripped, they helped them up. That's an act of kindness. That's a good thing to do in that moment. But he does say kindness, but we'll see Jesse's response to the word kindness.
No, yeah, it's not good enough.
I think
Come on,
doing the
Frank.
right thing Kindness.
Tell me one thing that's good about
Kindness.
human beings.
So he says kindness again. So he's like kindness. Now
Right. He
check this
landed
out.
on one. Yeah. Okay.
No matter what you say, check out Jesse's response. So he could have said kindness, loving, even a breastfeeding mother feeding their child, anything, right? Now check out Jesse's response to this, because no matter what you say, he'll say this back, is my theory.
Kind of what? Kindness is not good.
It's bad.
Yeah, the kind person turn on you and cut your throat in a minute.
So there you go. A kind person could turn on you in a second, cut your throat. So no matter what you said, his response would be anyone could slice your throat regardless.
Well, that wouldn't make them very kind now.
I
would it?
know, I
It's
know.
like you're
We're
describing
generous.
someone that's not kind now. So
yeah.
what kind of answer is that?
Yeah.
Hold on. Can a compassionate person turn on you and cut your throat? I guess.
No, that's what I mean. This is a trap for Frank.
Yeah.
No matter what he says, Jesse's response was going to be,
This, when he qualifies why he's saying this, right? This is what I was saying.
oh,
It's what Jesse Peterson is all about.
okay.
Then
Think
what will
about all
bad
the
person
kind.
do?
Think about all the kind people you have met and how they turned on you, what they did to you. Tell me real fast one good thing about human beings.
I guess human beings. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's such a broad palette. I mean, I think there's good and bad in everything. I mean, I
know, but you're not able to tell me one good thing about human beings.
I can't. It's a hard thing. One good thing. I mean, family.
Families they don't work. One good thing about human beings.
Well, you tell me one good thing.
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Wow. Is that it, Andy?
What he says after this,
Okay.
like, if no human beings are good, what is?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Good about human nature.
So what's good? You think?
God.
Guidance.
God. That's the only thing that's good.
Well, God.
And that's
is
why
good.
human nature has to be born again spiritually. They got to overcome the anger and
Oh, I see what you're saying. So he's born again.
Everything. This is another person that thinks that the Bible is a textbook, and no woman in the Bible ever went to Columbia and got a degree in business management and went on to lead a Fortune 500 company. So they don't exist in Jesse Peterson's mind.
Yeah, the second he said God, I started to think back to my half and the questions that he was asking Frank too, and how he was trying to angle and gear Frank to answer based something in religion.
Yeah.
That does make total sense, man.
Yeah. When you start thinking about these questions that he's been asking all the way up until now, and how his answers are all framed based on his religious beliefs, it starts to make a lot more sense. And Frank, that's not Frank's point of view. That's why he's having so much trouble answering these questions. Yeah. So I was trying to find the clip of Marjorie Taylor Greene saying that America isn't in the book of Revelations. And
it isn't?
Nobody's talking about the fact that America doesn't get mentioned in the book of Revelations on Tucker Carlson. Have you guys seen this?
Canada's not there either. Am I in trouble?
Oh, interesting. I guess you're in deep shit in the afterlife, according to Marjorie Taylor Greene and Jesse Peterson.
What are they saying?
Oh, God, let me see if I can find it. It's amazing.
It's saying that the Bible is the be all end all of everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a lot of people put a lot of credence and that's their prerogative. They can do that, but it's not just, and they just put so much confidence into this is what I don't understand. It's like, how can you not consider that you might be wrong about this?
Relations.
Oh, wait, is this the girl that was on the truck blowing off guns in the back of a pickup truck that I saw?
This is Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's in politics. She's in QAnon, and she is a mental patient in my.
You might know her from as Stuttering John's moniker, Marjorie Trailer Park Green.
Yeah,
oh, right.
Green, yeah. She's a conservative Republican who puts all of her faith in the Bible and QAnon.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
America, if you've read Revelations, is not in Revelations.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to talk about that. And we need to say, why is America not in Revelations? And I think we could come up with all kinds of theories, but I know for a fact it's not in there because I've read that part too.
Yeah.
We could come up with all kinds of theories.
I don't think.
I'm sorry, guys. I hate to derail the show.
No, I'm just. This is fascinating.
When I listened to Jesse Peterson say that humanity is awful and the only thing that's good is God, it reminds me of this.
Okay.
Well, isn't it just like taking the guidelines of it and applying it to like, the moralities?
That's what a normal person would do, Doug. Yeah. But
It's like they use a Atari 2600 manual to try to run their Xbox.
yes, right. But what's so crazy about this is like I never liked Tucker Carlson, but suddenly he's pointing out what a shithead Ted Cruz is and highlighting how stupid Marjorie Taylor Greene is. Suddenly I like Tucker Carlson.
I don't think John was aware in his cave on Patmos of the United States of America.
Well, and when he was given that entire vision and shown all of that, he wasn't shown America. So there's a clear reason, and we don't know why.
We don't know why. We don't know why. Hey, you can take that.
Okay. Oh, that's fantastic. Holy smokes.
Thank you for humoring me, but
Thank you.
Point out the type of person that puts all of their worldview on things that are antiquated from the Bible that can't be applied to the year 2025.
I wonder if she's been on this show. I wonder if we should have Googled if she's been on this Jesse's podcast.
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing.
God.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna find that and bring it to WATP this weekend. If that's
Dude, we are shifting the focus of this show.
This guy's fantastic. All right, here we go. Wait, where were we? Does Frank Stallone have friends?
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, most of my best friends are dead.
Right.
I have friends.
Jesus. You said that might have to. You're not that old, Frank. Come on.
Well, I get it. I kind of get it. But yeah, you're right. I mean, he's 70-something, but most of his best friends are dead. But the ones that weren't his best friends are still kicking around.
Yeah.
So he does count on one hand here how many he has. Here it is.
And I have acquaintances. I would say, realistically, you could count them on maybe that. I mean, it's friends that, I have a few friends that are not doing well.
So the friends that I have alive are on their deathbed.
How nervous do you think Frank was that he was going to say, well, name them?
Yeah. No. He's going to be like, how many of those 6 people are women? Because they don't count.
Speaking of women, we're not done with the woman talk. Doug, I'll ask you, what is something you should never do to a woman?
Trust them.
Good job. Wow. That's pretty close. Let's see.
Give them access to your bank account.
I had a female psychologist.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, listen, man.
But women hate when men tell them probably judge them.
There you go. Don't tell women your problems. That's the whole gist of the segment. Is that don't tell them your problems.
Sometimes they fall in love with you. That's what you got to watch because that Mother Nature comes out in the nurturing thing, and now you go, boy, now I really got a problem. But
there isn't a female therapist around
I look
that
at
would
things
fall
like
in love with Frank.
Yeah. So Jesse just goes on to say, like, you tell a woman your problems, they're going to think you're weak, and you're not a man. You can't have problems. The only one you tell is a wise man or God is essentially the answer.
Was he talking about women in general, or like
yes? Don't tell women. Don't tell any. Oh, he means psychology. Any woman.
Don't talk to him.
Really? No, just keep all that stuff bottled up inside. You'll turn out fine.
What's the term when there's a no-win situation for Jesse would have been? What do I tell my woman if there's too much salt in the food she made me? I have a problem. I have a problem with how much salt she gave me. Can I tell her my problems then?
Call up your best friend if he's still alive, and you tell him.
No, you shoot that wife and get a new one. That's
okay. All right. So now we're just going to play this in real time because it's just a few minutes left of the show. 5 minutes left of the show. There's a segment called the hot seat. It's just called the hot seat. I'll let Jesse introduce it. The idea of the hot seat, Doug, is it's you're to answer tough questions as fast as you can.
This whole interview has been a hot seat.
Oh no, we're about to kick it into a higher gear.
Hotter. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see Frank react.
He does great.
Yeah.
Does he?
The hot seat.
Okay,
Does he
I need you to
does he
answer
do
these
some of this?
questions as quickly as possible.
if I can.
All right.
Go ahead.
There's a
What is
stinger.
a man-
Yeah, that stinger is so like I can't believe that's the stinger. It's like a grade 8 student made that in their art class.
Right.
The hot
Yeah.
seat.
It's just a 3D silhouette of the chair that he's actually sitting in. I like that. Great.
Yeah, that's right.
What is a man?
I think a man is the protector.
It's not bad. It's probably the safest thing you can say without getting in trouble. So he's actually asking or answering in a way that, it's a protector.
I guess it's easier than saying, can a man get pregnant? Frank would be like, all right, I'm out.
You would have left. He would have left. This seat's too hot. I'm out of here.
Playing men's sport.
Can women play men's
No.
sports? No. All right.
When I become president, I want to ban all computers. Would you vote for me?
But how would I do my Instagram? It's my only form of communication with my fans. His biggest thing is Instagram.
Right. Who's going to
So-
watch this show if there's no computers?
He's a great follow, by the way, Andy. So I encourage.
I'm going to start following it for
Yeah.
sure. But I mean, that's like one of the better questions, by the way.
Yeah,
I like that one.
yeah. Either
Frank-
way, who cares?
To Frank's credit, he hasn't blocked me, Doug, or the show yet, so that's good.
Nice.
And he will block you. Oh yeah.
He probably doesn't know how. Oh, he does. He
Yeah,
will.
he does. Yeah, he knows.
Oh,
That's one of the things we discovered. Frank knows how to block and delete comments that aren't very good on his Instagram to keep the story straight on his Instagram. Yeah, yeah.
Well, you guys are covering Frank and you're honest with him, but you are fans of him, and I think that he likes that about you guys. I'm sure. So
We've been pretty rough, but I think we're always fair in the sense of we're not just saying. We said it before. We said it a few times. Our goal isn't just say you're stupid, you're dumb. Like, there's no fun in that. We wouldn't just do that just to punch up or down in that sense. I'm not saying other shows do that. That's not what I'm saying that I enjoy. I'm just saying sometimes we don't want to be mean. The idea isn't just to be mean.
Ryan only says that stuff to me, Frank. So don't.
Yeah.
Takes it all out on me.
Yes.
Do we need more white babies?
Oof. Wow. We're getting too saturated here.
Another easy one, if you ask me. But
This is hilarious. What, is it an easy one or not an easy one?
as a white guy, it's easy for me.
As long as he's not asking follow-ups, it doesn't matter what you say. Do we need more white babies? No, we got plenty.
Oh,
Well, the thing is,
Doug.
Yeah. Well, the answer to that question is like, well, we don't want to stop it. Can we keep the train going? There's no harm in having white babies. Let's see what he says.
I don't know.
This coming July.
Interesting.
Okay, I guess
I
that's
think no, but there was a real moment there for Frank. He's like, oh boy, that's like he recognized that's a bad question. Like he actually, you could see the fun was gone from his eyes there. He's like, I don't know.
Mm.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Is our 8th year of celebrating White History Month. Will you celebrate with us this month?
Did you catch that?
The White History
go-
Month.
let
The
me
old
go
White
back.
History Month argument.
Now he's saying it's all right. Is he doing a what do you call it? A theoretical? Like there is no white history
Sounds
month.
like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like let's say it's our 8th year.
Okay. He's saying we're celebrating our 8th year. Are you going to celebrate it with me and the gang here? So do you think Frank will celebrate it? Yes or no, Doug?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he's celebrating. He's going to put on his party hat.
I
I mean,
celebrate
July.
all. I don't know.
Don't-
I'd never heard of White History Month.
Every year, for seven years, we'll celebrate White History
How come I
Month.
never? That's the first time I ever heard.
Okay, so he's like legit. He's right. I think the Fallen State does.
Oh God.
I think the Fallen State crew
Yeah.
celebrate, but because I entered into Grok, like, is there a White History Month official? And Grok says no. There's no official White History Month.
Yeah, it's a trap for white supremacists. That's how they find you. If you show up to the parade, they just throw you in jail.
He looks offended that he wasn't invited.
No, he's confused. He's like,
I
there is
love
one.
white.
You know what he should say? He's like, can the Italians come?
Yeah.
Really? Well, I'm trying to get the president to declare it a national
That'd
White
be
History
nice. How about like
So they do the, excuse the pun, Fallen State has a black market on the White History Month.
See that? They're petitioning the president to make it official.
Yeah, they're bugging President Trump. Well, hey, look, if you're going to shoot your shot, now's your chance.
I thought for a second Frank was going to say, I celebrate all the history months, Black History, Pride Month.
Oh, he's getting to it. He's getting to it right here.
American month?
We already had that.
Oh,
We need White History Month.
Really?
Do you agree with me that we need White History Month?
I think we need history. I think all kinds of history month. No, I don't know if I could just.
But we
go
have
white.
everything. We have Black history, woman history, gay history, Mexican history, Chinese history.
I don't
Every
think they
history,
have a month though. do they?
every they,
He goes, they don't, I love how he just mentioned black, Chinese, woman, gays. And he goes, they don't have a whole month, do they? Well, one of them do. One of the ones. The other was Cinco de Mayo and Chinese New Year. But
So what if we start small, Jesse? How about like White History Week? And then we'll see how it goes.
yeah, the first Monday of every October.
you have a month.
I think you just get a day. Next.
Don't have a
You
month.
hear that? He looks over. He goes, I think they just get a day. Goes next. I think he's legit. Like, I'm kind of done here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this what we're
Yeah.
doing?
All right. What's the next one?
See? All right. What's the next one? Like, he just wants to get this hot speed over with.
Speeding it up.
I'm stumped on that one. Go ahead.
What is love?
What is love? Boy,
Baby, don't hurt me.
That's not a hot seat question.
It's on the soundtrack for Night at the Roxbury.
And Waltz, remember when I told you about the woman and the man getting together to make those women pregnant? I thought I already answered that. Asked and answered, Your Honor.
boy, you asked the wrong guy. What is love? I mean, I think it's a perception of what you think it is. I think people have just different, sometimes I don't know. People go, have you ever been in love? And I go, I don't know.
It's just so easy. It's when you'll do anything for that person. When you put that person before you in all things.
It's not a hard question.
When you adore them, when they speak, it's music to your ears. All the romantics have written about it. It's one of the most written things in the world. Love songs are written about it. What do you mean? It's the number one person, whether it's your kids, your wife, or your favorite artist. He should say the fans how they feel about me.
Right. Yeah.
Am I in love? Is it passion? Is it like possession? Is that love?
Now he talks about possession again, kind of very telling because he talks about when he sees a man and a woman together and they're holding each other. Is the man just possessing the woman?
And because you see these guys, they're like with their girlfriends, they're like this, like walking. Is that love or is that possession?
So he's seeing two people, snuggling and holding each other tightly in public. And he's like, is that love or is she being kidnapped?
That wasn't the motion he did. He did like a headlock. Fuck.
I love the extremes. Like, are they on a date or is she being trafficked? I can't tell the difference.
Yeah. He's like justifying domestic abuse now. He's just like, I love her so much, I can't let her go. Physically holding her down.
Jesse's like, that was the real softball question. I don't know why I have such a hard time with this one.
Oh yeah, he's struggling. He's spiraling on this one.
Can you ask me again about what's wrong with black people? I think that might be easier.
The girl thinks, oh, well, he loves me. No, he kind of possesses you. I don't know if he loves you.
So
weird. Have you ever seen a ghost?
Yeah, my career. It's gone. It's faded. Remember that talk about the past? I figured it out now.
That's his 6 best friends.
Yeah, but you remember my best friends? They visit me out down at the pub every.
My brother
Yes.
never called me. I haven't heard from my brother in so long. I thought he was dead. Then Tulsa King season 2 came out. I thought I was seeing a ghost.
Oh yeah. My brother, he ghosts me all the time on social media.
Felt a ghost, yes.
Which is better? I mean, who is a better boxer? Your brother, you or your brother?
Frank, come
No.
on, man. This is
Okay.
a softball.
This is a softball, but
He can't allow himself to say the right answer.
that's right. The right answer is like in my prime, in Sly's prime, I could beat him in a fight. In a true sanctioned boxing fight. That's the real answer. That is the truth answer.
So was Frank a real boxer?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was trained, but he was a Golden Gloves boxer.
Oh, is that right? Okay. I didn't know.
He did a charity match against Geraldo. It's on YouTube.
Oh, all right. Well, then.
And
yeah.
guess who the host was, or the ring announcer? Howard Stern.
Shut up.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's fun. I think it was a charity event, but it was a celebrity match. It was a real boxing match, and they both brought their A game. It was a better fight than Tyson and Jake Paul.
That wasn't a real fight.
Yeah.
But so, have you guys covered
Hmm.
that? Is that an episode of yours?
We actually have
Not
not
yet.
covered the match.
What? Wow, my God. That sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
We should cover it one day, Andy. Maybe we'll have you on if you'd like to cover that.
Love to watch that.
But what I'm getting at here, though, with this question, he's actually got to think here because he knows he's a better boxer, but he also knows his brother is the piggy bank. He can't trash his brother, really. So here's his answer.
Well, I boxed competitively. He didn't, but he's very tough. I mean, we've boxed in the ring, and it's not pretty.
Now, what he's talking about there, when they filmed Rocky 3, Frank actually played one of the boxers that Rocky knocks out in that montage at the beginning.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and there is some footage of them. There is a real footage of them getting mad at each other in the ring. It's out there somewhere during that behind the scenes stuff. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the pretend fighting got a little too real.
Yeah, it got a little real. I believe the footage is out there. Yeah.
As it
I've
does
seen-
with brothers.
Yeah, they're brothers. Yeah.
That's not good. Yeah,
Is the
like
earth
sucker cheap shots. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, see,
is the earth flat or round?
Doug?
Is the earth flat around? We're in a safe space. Here,
Okay.
right?
All right. Yeah. yeah.
Misery.
The question from Jesse there was, do you love your misery?
To Frank's credit, he did say round.
He did say round. Sorry, yes, we kind of glossed over that. He answered that very quickly. I like that. And Frank loves his conspiracy theories, but to his credit, he's like, no, they were surround necks. Now, I love how Jesse's like, you're miserable, right? Do you love it?
Well, misery loves company, right? So, I mean, I guess sometimes I do.
You love your misery?
I don't love it, but sometimes it's like,
Why does he say, well, I'm not miserable, Jesse? I'm happy. That's my answer. I'm generally a happy person, Jesse.
He knows in his heart that he's been miserable at one time, so he can't say. Well, I mean, you could just take it as like right now. Probably because he's on the show answering these questions, he is miserable. So
Yeah.
he can't say no.
Yeah, that's right. He can say, yeah, this whole interview. Yeah, a little bit.
sometimes it happens. You just roll with it.
And so, do you love your misery?
Say no.
No, not really.
There you go. I actually don't like it, Jesse. Look at Frank's face here. I think he's had enough.
Mhm.
Why don't you drop it?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Which is worse, abortion or slavery?
My God. This is a loaded question.
I said the questions are going to get worse. This is what I knew was coming.
All the softball questions are over.
What are we talking about?
Holy smokes.
They're both pretty. I think they're both pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
Pick one, Frank.
I don't really enjoy both.
So,
mean-
which is worse, abortion or slavery?
Say it.
Boy, Jesse. I mean, abortion is killing. Slavery is encumbering. I mean,
Oh my God. But at least we're not killing them. Working it out in his mind, bro. Just say slavery and move on. Please.
Exactly.
He's doing the motion from the possessing question about love too. He's like, I just love my slave so much. I can't abort it.
I've never heard of slavery as being encumbering. That's a new one. Holy smokes. It's encumbering. And again, he did the wrap around his gut area. It's encumbering, you know. The slaves really didn't like it. It was really encumbering.
Encumbering
It was a lot of work.
it's kind of both like a death.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. I mean, they're kind of equally bad. I think I can't really answer that.
Should we give the blacks reparations?
Of course, we all know reparation is, do we pay back, what they're owed, essentially? And Frank is probably the only answer you could give, actually.
Well, that's a weird. I can't answer it one word, because I think if that happens, then it's the Indians, and then everyone gets reparations, and we'll have no money left.
So the answer is
we can't start that floodgate. The babies we aborted are going to ask for their money.
Frankly, can we go back to the abortion question?
Yeah.
I'd rather answer that now.
Does a chicken have lips?
That's my favorite question.
does a fish have eyebrows?
Yeah. He follows all these heavy hitters up with a real softball.
Yeah, that's the idea, I think. I gave you the abortion, slavery, and now it's, does a chicken have lips?
Chicken has a beak.
True or false?
True or farce?
Farce.
I love the way this Jesse says words.
When she's crying, she's lying.
It sounds like a Jesse Jacksonism or something.
Yeah.
Remember when I told you I hated women? We're back to it.
Yeah.
Next question. Is OJ innocent?
Well, I've been down that road. Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, women speak with forked tongue. Yeah, I've had them crying, and on the side they're going, "Boy, I got this guy hooked." Yeah, yeah.
Is it ever okay to call a woman fat?
Is it ever okay? That's his brand on Instagram. Are you kidding me? Andy, you should check out some of our old episodes. He literally will shame people in the gym. This might be the easiest question Frank's answered on this episode. Here we go.
If they're fat.
Yes. That is the best answer to any question he's been asked this whole interview.
I told you Frank comes off great in this interview.
True or false? Sending your kids to a public school is child abuse.
It's become that. Yes.
But yeah.
Kids are proud students of the New Jersey public schools. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Amazing. Thank you for taking on the hot seat.
Thank you, Jesse. Boy, you had me some loaded questions, boy. That I don't think I do good in Congress. It's a yes or no question. Well, let me show you this about that.
Oh, yeah. He does his Richard Nixon impersonation. Tell me what you think of his Richard Nixon here.
That's why Dick Nixon. Let me show you this.
Nope.
Okay.
I wasn't picking up on it.
Jesse now says, hey, you've got 16,000 people are going to watch this video. Why don't you give yourself a plug? Tell us where your concerts are playing, your music's being released, here's Frank's plug. Hey, here's what he's got going on.
But it was great, Jesse. Thank you for
tell the
having me
folks
on.
how to get your website or buy your books or get your music or what.
Buy your books. Trust me, if Frank had a book, a biography, we've already said, again, a la what Carl did with the Starting John book, we would dissect that book in a heartbeat. We want Frank's book. We want it, but there's no books, no biography yet. I'm hoping. So let's hear Frank's plug here.
Whatever you want to promote.
Okay. Yeah.
Talk to that camera.
Hi, I'm Frank Stallone, and Jesse put me through the mill, boy. A lot of questions, but I'd love you to see my documentary on Amazon called Stallone, Frank That Is, and you can.
It's a great documentary.
Follow me on Instagram at frank.stallone, and keep up. We'll let you know what's going on as far as concerts and movies.
I'll tell you, everyone, right now, there's nothing.
Nothing.
Movies coming up.
Frank, I know you're listening. When is Veterans Day going to be released? He filmed a film called Veterans Day, where it's a bunch of old Vietnam vets who are fighting for freedom in the streets or something like that. Or Mexico. They're fighting Mexicans or something.
I'll watch that.
Yeah, I'll watch that. Yeah, but it's not released yet.
Movies and things like that. And I think everyone should show gratitude and praise and be happy for what you have and what you're going to have in life.
That's not a plug.
Amazing. Thank you all for tuning in. I absolutely appreciate it. Don't forget to like, follow, ring.
All right. Thanks, Jesse. Enough of you. Okay. Speaking of plugs, Andy, before people pound out, tell us where we can find you.
Oh, yes. You can find everything that I have going on at allapologiespodcast.com. We just finished covering comic book artist Eric July for the month of July. And he has a lot of connective tissue throughout the Dabbleverse, everything from, the Dick Show or Who Are These Podcasts. And so if you're a fan of any of those things, then check those episodes out. And I'll be on. Then Saturday, I'm going to be on Who Are These Podcasts. I'll be with them in Detroit at the Magic Bag, but I'm sorry to say it's sold out. So I'm still excited about it. So I'll plug that as well. And I'm doing a show with Luigi Greenberg and Kaylee from the Once Over called The Edge Files. That's more of a kind of unsolved mysteries or phenomena type of show. So we do that the last Monday of every month. So be on the lookout for that on any of those three channels. We stream it all of the channels.
I love your stuff, and I will say this: I do listen to All Apologies, and I'm now a Patreon member. I'm a proud Patreon member.
Oh yeah, thank you so much.
Of course,
I'm thrilled that you're checking it out. Check out all the Neil Gaiman stuff on there. It's really compelling, and the people that put that show together are terrible. That's so it's funny as well.
No, I genuinely enjoy your show, what you do with your brother. I think what you guys do and the time that you spend on it and the way you do the clips, I learned things that I didn't know was happening in the kind of the world. So I like what you showed today in our show, for example. I like that. I like that I get to see that stuff. So it is fun. All Apologies is a very fun podcast.
Thanks so much, Ryan. I'm bad at talking about myself, but maybe I should say what the show is. We find celebrity apologies, whether they're musicians. We did Marilyn Manson with Ryan, or actors. We did Mel Gibson with Ryan. And
I get all the good ones. Apparently.
Yeah, it's politicians too, like Marjorie Taylor Greene. And so whenever somebody does fucks up and has to go on a public apology tour, we clip it up and make fun of it. So
yeah, it's fantastic.
There's no shortage of apologies out there.
Dude, all you got to do is put public apology in Google, and you get 3 a day. It's constant now. So
amazing.
And one person that will never be featured on your show is Frank Stallone, because that man does not apologize for nothing.
Yeah,
because he has nothing to apologize for. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully we'll have Andy on again. We'll see everyone again when we cover Frank Stallone and try to figure out who is this guy.
So I think all these shows are going to start falling by the wayside because I think people just don't want to hear it anymore.